Greetings.
Satirus said you had a reward for me?
Ah, come here, come here. Our spiritual leader has told me about your heroic deeds. All the people in the camp, no, the whole colony, are deeply indebted to you. Take this as a modest reward for all your efforts.
Some people never learn.
Better not go rushing into anything.
Maybe.
I doubt that's ever likely to change.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know.
It was obvious that there would be trouble ahead.
You have to watch what you tell me. I wouldn't like to be in his shoes.
Hello.
Satirus said you had a reward for me.
As the keeper of the ore, I'd like to give you a small portion of our ore for your great deeds on behalf of the camp. I hope you'll make as good use of it as we do.
I'd like to join you.
If you want to join us, you should see Lee or Laris.
But keep it to yourself. People don't need to know it.
Must be something about this story after all.
Was it very clever?
You have to watch what you tell me.
It wasn't very clever.
People always talk.
Must be something about this story after all.
Maybe. Let's talk about something else instead. Was it very clever?
There was a time when I led a very different life. I was one of the best generals of this country. I've spent my whole life fighting for my country. But the nobles didn't like me because the king listened to my advice, and they knew I posed a threat to their dirty business. I hadn't counted on their insidiousness. They used the king's wife to get me. I was blamed for her pointless murder. King Robar had no other choice. The services I had rendered my country saved me from the gallows, but they robbed me of my freedom. One day I'll be free again, then I shall return and take revenge. I shall have my revenge.
You're the boss of the mercenaries, aren't you?
That's right, boy.
Which task do the mage's mercenaries have?
Very simple. Protect the ore, protect the mages. Sometimes the mages have a special task for one of us. May I...
You have to watch. You have to watch what you tell people. There would be trouble ahead.
There was a time when things would go different.
Hey, no sweat, man. Come over here.
You okay?
I'm hiding away here.
I don't care for the trash those guards are pulling off. But I've taken some pretty good stuff from the arsenal. If you need a weapon, just let me know.
Show me what you have.
Come back, you pussy!
Hey, shh, be quiet.
Hello, Diego. What's the meaning of all this hide-and-seek business?
Haven't you heard?
Heard what?
The old mine caved in. The fire mages were assassinated, and there are plans to raid the free mine.
What? What are you talking about? How could the old mine cave in?
One of the diggers who survived it told us that they were digging, and they hit an underground river on the bottom level. When the water gushed into the mine, one of the supports broke, and the entire upper section collapsed. Only a handful of people managed to escape from the mine.
Why are the fire mages dead?
That's a long story.
Just tell me about it. It's not the first long story I've had to listen to.
Well then, luckily I was in the ore baron's house when they got the news that the mine had collapsed. Gomez was hopping mad when he heard about the accident, and he was afraid that his position could be at stake.
Of course, who controls the ore controls the colony as well.
That's right. Since he has no source of income anymore, the goods from the outside world won't come in anymore either. Nobody will work for him if he doesn't get another source of income soon.
And that's the reason for the raid on the free mine?
To be honest, that's Gomez's only chance to maintain his power. 2 hours ago, 24 guards set out for the free mine.
That's mad. I need to warn the new camp.
Then you must hurry up. They'll have almost reached the free mine.
But they never get through the fortifications of the new camp.
They don't need to get through them. A few months ago they found a path that leads over the mountains and right to the free mine, and nobody else knows about it.
I've seen the guards in front of the locked gates.
Stay away from them. They'll attack anybody approaching the camp. They are afraid of somebody avenging the raid on the free mine.
But what happened to the fire mages?
Coristo and the other mages were the only people in the camp to remain rational. They forbade the raid and demanded a settlement with the 2 other camps.
They forbade Gomez to raid the free mine?
Well, yes. Coristo and the others shouldn't have been so self-confident. Gomez didn't trust them anymore and had them perfidiously assassinated.
What are you and Milton going to do now?
We'll stay here for a while to warn some more friends so they don't bump straight into the guards. But you could do us a favor.
Consider it done. Tell me what you want.
Look out for Lester and Gorn. They need to know what happened here. Tell them that the 4 of us will meet at the same place as always.
If I see them before you do, I'll warn them and send them to your meeting point.
Thanks, my friend. You really seem to be an all-right guy. Go now. We'll meet again later. Let's go on.
They are all dead, I couldn't help them. I was not there.
Calm down, Milton. I've already met Diego on the other side of the camp.
Good. Then you know. What did Diego say?
If I can find Gorn and Lester, I'll warn them and send them to your meeting place.
Good luck and take care.
I'm glad you returned. Something terrible has happened.
Let me guess, the free mine has been assaulted by the guards from the old camp. Nobody saw them coming?
Hang on. How? But of course. You found out about it in the old camp. Gorn arrived here just before you did. What could have caused Gomez to dare to take such an aggressive step? He should be aware that such a heinous act can only provoke war.
The old mine collapsed after water seeped in.
Collapsed? Of course. Then the whole thing makes sense. Gomez has his back to the wall. He's more dangerous than ever. Now that he doesn't have anything left to lose, he'll do anything.
Gomez has had all of the magicians of fire killed.
Had them killed? Why in Beliar's name would he do a thing like that?
They were against the attack on the free mine and opposed Gomez.
Then we're all doomed. Without the other 6 magicians, we'll never be able to control the concentrated power of the massive ore mound. But in spite of that, I thank you for passing this dangerous message on to me.
I have been exiled from the old camp because I have helped you.
You don't belong to the old camp any longer?
Does that mean that I now belong to the Guild of the Magicians of Water?
Not yet. First you need to take the Oath of Water.
But I've already taken the Oath of Fire.
It doesn't mean you're breaking your vow.
I don't understand.
You're extending your vow. That way you'll become a magician of both elements. Then you'll have the force of fire, as well as the wisdom of water.
I'm ready to take the oath.
Servant of the fire, you shall now receive the blessing of the water. Now speak the words of the oath. I swear by the might of the gods.
I swear by the might of the gods.
And by the power of the holy water.
And by the power of the holy water.
That my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water.
That my knowledge and my deeds from now on and forever shall be one with the water.
Until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
Until my body shall return to the realm of Beliar, and the source of my life shall dry out.
With this oath, you unite the power of the fire and the blessing of the water within you. You have now bound together what was apart before. May your life be a sign of the unification of the elements. Wear this robe as a sign of your bond with the holy water and with Adanos. For the honor of magic.
When you sent me to the Magicians of Fire, you mentioned there was somebody.
Well, I had hoped we could make it without his help, but the way things are developing...
Who is he?
All right. Many years ago.
Give me the shortened version, please.
Be patient. Well, when we, the 12 magicians, created the barrier back then, our magic powers were directed and controlled by a 13th magician.
A 13th magician? I thought there were only 12.
Most people who did not experience the early days of the colony believe that. This 13th magician was our leader. All this took place before we were divided into the circles of fire and water. But he left the old camp, which was once the only camp of the colony.
What is this 13th magician called?
His name is Zardus. Hardly anybody remembers the old stories about him. The ones who do just call him the necromancer.
Why did he leave the old camp?
He started to investigate the invocation of undead and magical creatures. Gomez was not the only one who began to worry. Most of the other magicians opposed him as well, and his unholy deeds.
What happened then?
Unlike Gomez, he was no butcher, so he avoided the conflict and left.
Where is this magician today?
He lives in seclusion, in his tower in the middle of the Orc land. That's just about the southernmost point of the colony.
I'll make my way to Zardus and ask him for help.
He's the only one that can help us now. If he knows no way out or doesn't want to help us,
he will.
There is one other problem.
A problem?
Yes. Over the years we've tried to get in touch with Zardus several times, but it looks like he prefers to remain undisturbed.
What does that mean?
None of the messengers ever returned from his tower. You'll have to find a way to get past his creatures.
Looks like this is going to be interesting. How will I get past his creatures?
If I knew that, I would tell you. I'd advise you to do some research in our library. Maybe you'll find something in the old books about the strengths and weaknesses of magically invoked creatures.
I'll rummage through the library, and don't worry, I'll be back. I'd like to wear the high robe of water.
The time has come. You are worthy of wearing the high robe of water.
Can you instruct me?
There is one more circle you don't know yet. I shall teach you as soon as you're ready.
I am ready to enter the 5th circle.
So be it. I shall teach you the power of the 5th circle. The storm of fire, the wave of ice, and the power to destroy the undead. are now spells whose runes you can use. But the mightiest spell of the fifth circle is the Ripple of Death. If you ever possess this rune, you'll have dangerous powers. Be careful to use this kind of magic as little as possible. It's a gift from the God of Darkness. You have now learned everything I can teach you. Expose your limits, then you'll recognize your true power. May you return in one piece.
Hello!
I met Diego and Milton in front of the old camp.
That's good news.
They want to meet you and Lester at your usual rendezvous.
Thanks. There's nothing more valuable than good friends in troubled times like these. You're almost one of us by now. You're reliable.
What have you got planned now?
Our entire defense strategy will have to be changed. That takes time. Until Lee and his people are ready, I'll join Cord's Provisional Guard.
Are you planning a counterattack?
Not yet, but the day will come. If ever you're looking for me, start here and walk towards the mine. I'll be on guard there.